very selective about the artists I work with because we spend so much time, so much energy in here together. So the reason why I wanted to work WAYSIDE was I heard the stuff that was out, the last record, and I was blown away by the melody and the potential in the melody. And with the amount of potential that this band had with their melody and their songs, I knew it could take it to the next level if they were open, if they were down. So I was so stoked to have a conversation with Thomas and Josh, and we hit it off.
The first time we had a FaceTime call with him, I didn't know that it was going to be Will on the call, and like I nearly fell off my chair, but it was just like, yeah, such a crazy experience to be given that opportunity.
Working with Will was a big goal for the two of us for forever. Before WAYSIDE was even a band, I remember we would get together and play Call of Duty and listen to like Title Fight in the background. And I remember the thought that we had like back then, imagine if we could ever record with Will Yip before we were even in a band. And for it to then be 10 years later and actually doing it is pretty crazy.
She's been filming me this whole time.
If there's can you check it? Doors are shut.
Will is a fucking maniac. Like, we were here for a month and I don't think he had an off day or like an off session. He's just like, he notices everything, every note, every missed notes by the scent. Like, he'll just know, like his yeah, it's so impressive, like what a machine he is. Yeah, there's heaps happening with the guitar and bass. Yeah, so it needs room to breathe.
There is heaps happening.
Yeah,
exactly. Heaps of shit, dude. That's heaps of shit, dude.
Bands excite me. Certain bands excite me when they tap something. You know, first time I worked Title Fight, I was like, yo, nothing sounds like this, but fuck it, there's energy here. First time I worked Turnstile, it's like there's something here. This is crazy. This is gonna fucking pop off. The first time I worked with Citizen, the first time I worked with Nothing, and WAYSIDE touches that same nerve.
Josh and I wrote 21 songs, came over with 15, and in the first day we scrapped 3 songs to cut it down to 12. So pre-production was pretty quick.
The guys sent me a bunch of demos, and I was blown away by almost all of them. You know, if not all of them. You know, I was blown away. Fuck, man, these are so good, and the guys seemed very well prepared. It seemed so fleshed out. And then I think it was Thomas that emailed and was like, yo, we're working on a few ideas that we want to finish up, and was sending some new demos over the weekend. And I'm like, yo, fuck that. Just like, you know, I want to get my hands dirty. You know, that's the most fun I have working with a project, is getting into the songs, if not, you know, starting with at an earlier stage of the song, so I can kind of help guide where the song goes, you know. And there was a particular song that was sent later. I knew it was gonna be a special song, and that's when I said, all right, we made the right decision to work together because we're gonna fucking kill this shit. It encompasses everything I like about rock music. It has dynamics, it's big, it has huge melodies, but it covers so much ground because of the dynamics, you know. Even though it's a slower song, but there's so much energy in that song. I knew it was gonna be a special fucking song. I had a melody in my head, you know, based off fucking Thomas's incredible verse and pre-chorus melody. You know, I had another melody to kind of throw in there, or to kind of work off of. And that was the first thing we worked on when we got together, and we created what I think is one of the most special songs that I've worked on in a long time. Yeah, that was another kind of sign that we were kind of meant to work together, because it was just kind of a match made in heaven, just based on even just that song. We made a very special tune, and I think people are going to fucking really dig that song.
With Will, there was a lot of like inherent trust and respect in his vision, and like who the fuck are we to like say no to any of that? So yeah, like there was very little disagreement on any sort of changes that he suggested, and we kind of just got started straight away.
That's probably the biggest difference in writing these songs, is that we had face-to-face pre-production and more time like developing it in the studio.
Falsetto, so it feels like it's just all worked out. You know, like I get that. Like shit, like something that's like, oh fuck, like that sounds expensive. That sounds a little larger than life.
I think with this record, we made a conscious decision to try and push the boundaries of what we'd done previously, whereas like we wanted everything to be heavier than it was last time, but we wanted things to be softer when they were soft. Yeah, we just wanted to really, dynamics were the biggest thing, I think, and being conscious of playing with the dynamics of the songs more than the last record, I think.
We gotta hit this shit hard, man. That sounds crazy.
Recording with Will was like intense in the best way. He really makes you work for the record, and you improve as a musician as a result of it. Will has this remarkable ability to get the best out of you as a band and as a player, and the record as a result, and myself, are just immensely better for it.
Every time we go into from the verse to the pre-chorus, we have to crescendo the hi-hat a little more.
We're both really peculiar about how things sound as well, both from the way that drums are tuned to the fills on the record that are just going to be, they are like already sound phenomenal alone. And yeah, I'm very excited for everyone to hear what we've put together.
That's a group.
You definitely need that fourth one there.
Yeah, that's the spice.
Yeah.
That's it. It's gonna be cool, bro. It was actually really different. Like some elements of this record and this band I've never worked on before. Not for an entire record. I think it's because Wayside has such vast and wide influences, right? They take cues from current, very cool, very trend-setting current stuff, to the OGs, to bands in the 90s that were killing it and kind of set the tone for that, and to everything in between, because the guys, I've learned, they're just fans of great songwriters, and just great rock music from all kinds, from the hardcore field of rock music to adult alternative rock music, to singer-songwriter rock music, to indie alternative rock music. They're taking a lot of cues from that, and I didn't expect that until we worked together. I'm like, these motherfuckers they get it. They are well versed in what they consume, and they have a very wide and steady diet. But that created, a very vast and very dynamic palette for aesthetics, And I think I might add in back some bass drum to match what you're doing in the chorus instead. You're doing that extra single, which I think is good. It gets blocky. That every time might be sick.
Yeah.
The new beat, you know what I mean? I think the new beat's like really fucking. So your ears kind of just like gravitate to like the coolness of the beat, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. What was that?
What your voice said.
Nicky, bro. It's a good groove, bro. We kind of smashed that shit. We're getting all the girls back home with that shit.
You're that guy that did that beat?
You're the guy that did that beat? Said no girl ever in the history of time.
Girls love drummers, right?
It was kind of difficult, honestly. You know, it took me days to kind of figure out, you know, how we're gonna get guitars. I don't know when the last time that I tracked a record in drop C was, you know, but it challenged me. It allowed me though to make a very heavy record without being, you know, brutally heavy, but it just widened the range of how a record hit for me, you know, after doing a record that's in standard for the last 6 years of my life, probably maybe even more. But the coolest thing is that you didn't feel it. You didn't feel that the songs were in drop C because of the shapes of the chords, of the shape of the music, of the shapes of the song, the shapes of the melodies. And it really, you know, those things, those contrasting things really presents what we have in this record as a whole, of a very dynamic song shape and very dynamic record.
Yeah, it was a deliberate decision, obviously, to write this record in drop C. Everything we've put out in the past, like the first EP we ever did, was a different tuning to the first full length we did. I think it's something that I'm just interested in kind of doing. Like it's a fun way to change it up, I guess, in the writing stage, because you kind of, the way you start playing the guitar feels different when the tuning's completely different. I don't really spend a whole heap of time higher up on the neck, so playing in drop C kind of just gave me more option on the lower end of the scale, I guess. I think in the first record, with the way that I was writing riffs, I was leaning more into the dreamier side of shoegaze and alternative rock, I guess. But I made like a conscious effort this time to really put more attention into heavier riffs that kind of just cut through and were a bit drier and weren't so drenched in effect pedals, you know. I wanted the riff to stand on its own as its own thing and not really rely on too much other than that. Will he pushes you to be the best that you can be and get the best take that you can get, for sure. I had a lot of, I fucked up a bit, but I don't know, you push through it and he helps you and he makes it kind of, when you start getting frustrated, he bears the weight of that a bit and kind of gets you through it, and you end up getting the take, and it's great in the end.
Cool.
That's what the demo does. Should it go?
No.
1,000 years you left us all. Oh, fuck you.
We're getting way too big on the and it's just a little too big. It's just not the vibe.
To trade places with you.
I love that.
Okay.
Let's do that a few times, man. I think that your voicing sounds really good right now.
Yeah.
We're out here for sure.
So recording vocals with Will was really memorable experience because he just gives you so much confidence. It makes you feel like you're the best singer in the world, even though I'm the furthest thing from that. But really just like puts a lot of belief in you to get the best take you possibly can get.
I like how your voice sounds holding out Near and Forever right now. It sounds really good. There's that slight vibrato at the end, and I think it's really charismatic, as we would say. No one says that. And safe forever. I love how long Safe was the second time. That was dude. To Woo! Times I talked about hip hop records, hardcore records, 90s rock records, talk about new metal records, pop records, and it's rare when you see all things kind of come together, because when you talk about a band like that, you have a certain, expectations on vocals. You think it's gonna be gruffy, you think it's gonna be this or whatever, but man, Tom's vocals, he sounds like a fucking angel. He has so much dynamics in the voice, but he knows his sweet spot, and his sweet spot is this kind of magical, if anything, a pop-leaning space on the vocals. So that contrasting against what the band, what Josh, kind of adds to this bitey element, this bitey force of a sound, kind of blasting at you, is very interesting. I think is rare for it to kind of work this well, or work at all.
Will and I had like the same taste in melody, so there were times where we were writing melodies together and he would kind of start the melody and then look at me to finish the melody, or vice versa. That was just really cool, because as a songwriter, if I don't like a melody, I can't get into a song, and I think he's kind of on the same page. Like, melody's paramount. Having the same taste in that was like a really important thing with getting this record to the point that it got to.
We talked about so many songs. We're like, dude, the music's so heavy. Vocals are here. Is that okay? Is that they're more subdued? I'm like, dude, the vocals, the vocal timbre carries so much weight, even at a low register, that is so easily consumed and touches your soul so quick, touches your ear so quick, and your soul so quick, like a really great pop song. So that's really hard for people to really master, and these guys are getting it with their second record.
Yeah, I guess with this record, because it's a little bit heavier, I kind of had to adapt the vocals a little bit. Sing higher at times, sing lower at times. I kind of had to really like mix it up and try and find that sweet spot where we didn't really fall into like the metal side of things, but still were heavy enough to be different than our first album. And I also wanted like to kind of push my own boundaries a little bit in terms of things I was singing about, the way I was singing. There's like a hell of a lot of falsetto in this record. I'm not sure if anyone would give a fuck about that. I wanted it to be less retrospective and a little bit more about the present and like different themes. And I've forgotten what else I was going to say.
Oh my god.
I don't know if a band's making music that sounds like this project, that sounds this record, that sounds this band right now, because of their background, because they're not new cats, man. They've been doing it for a long time in Australia. They're finally getting the buzz and recognition they deserve, and deserve way more. But they've been collecting all of these influences. These guys are very inspired guys, and it gives me a lot of energy because they ingest music, they take music, and then they take what they like or what they're inspired by and put it all together, and that's the shit I'm attracted to in records. That's why I get up and make records, is because I'm attracted to people that want to be inspired and that aren't trying to make the same shit every day.
Will just cares so much about every single note, every single tone, strum, hit. We did every part. That felt like 100 times, but it's so worth it in the end. And he just knows what he wants, and like it's up to us to kind of execute that.
That's why I work with any band that I work with. It isn't about like how big they are, it's about how many tickets they draw or how many Spotify plays they have. It's about the potential I see in their songs. And with Wayside, I saw endless potential in the song, in the melodies, in the dynamics. I knew we were gonna make something special together because they were so down, so open. You know, they might be a new band to a lot of people. They are pros. They are seasoned veterans in the creative space, and they are so open to accept and collaborate on the best ideas. And it made it really easy for us to produce a very, very well thought and well crafted record that's full of nothing but the best quality songs that I think we can possibly put together right now.
Being able to be in a room and work with Will and watch him do his thing is really inspiring. Like he's such a master of his craft, and he's a workhorse really. Like he never stops, and he pushes you to get the best out of yourself, and he's really pushed us as a band to make the best record that we could.
I've said this to the band many times. If they were in the States, or if they were in the States, man, they would be fucking huge. They would be fucking huge because you know that the States are hungry for music like this, for music that's this raw, this energetic, this melodic, and all put together in one. There's so much dynamics in his music. You know, not just the States, the world's hungry for it. You know, so you know, I just want to see this band share with as many people as they possibly fucking can.
I think one of the best parts about this record was like just the friendship that we made with Will was like within the first day we just knew that we were going to be friends for life, and that was one of the best parts of this whole record, because there were times where like we just were laughing so much or playing so much basketball or like doing other shit that it almost felt like the record at times was an afterthought. But I guess that was like what made the experience not feel like we were working at all.
Being in a room with Will and working together and like building a relationship has been just it's a really crazy experience.
Well, these guys are fucking great songwriters, and they have a message to share. And Wayside has a lot to fucking share, and I just want to see them fucking share it with the world, man. I see them, you know, objectively continuing to write great songs, because that's just in their blood, you know, and it's going to even get well refined, you know, even better refined. But you know what they're doing right now just needs to get out there. It just needs to be felt by people, because I think it's very human music. It is fucking human music because of the dynamics, because of the melodic hooks, because of contrast and moods. It deserves to be heard. And that's all I want to see in the future for them, is for people to just hear this shit. Because if you hear it, you're going to fall in love with it like I did.
Tyler, please.
Damn.